All right, everyone, if you are listening to this, that means that I am on leave and that we have possibly had baby number 2. And so for this week, we are going to be working on a project that we call the Big Chew Theme Park. And basically what it is taking a look at our digestive system, the parts that are involved, and then creating an analogy of an organ being like this while also describing what goes on in that particular organ. So your whole idea is that you're designing a theme park basically on our digestive system, and you can name it whatever you want. But the idea is that every ride is a different part of the digestive system. So a couple of things, kind of keep it PG because there's some stuff that can happen in the digestive system and so forth, but just keep it clean. We want to be entertaining, but also education is the most important part. And we also want to include all parts of that digestive system. So it's not just the digestive tract, but also the other accessory organs. So, like the liver and the pancreas and that sort of thing. And I want you to be creative, and you can do whatever kind of like theme park you want. If you want it to be like a roller coaster, if you want it to be like Valley Fair, if you want it to be all water slide-ish, whatever, I want you to be creative. So there's 2 parts of the activity that you'll be graded on. So the first part is the drawing. We'll use the big reels of paper for this, and so you might have to ask where they are because they've kind of been moving around since our move, but you'll use the big large sheets of paper. You can do an outline of someone or just sketch it. It's up to you. And then what you're going to do is within that sheet of paper is you'll have the different rides that are on it kind of labeled. And so you want it to be neat, the diagram, but also colored, creative. And you also want to make sure that you have at least 9 points of interest or stops along the way. So, for example, the mouth itself might be one of them. The esophagus might be its own area. And then we're going to realize that there's like different parts of the small and large intestine or that sort of thing. So, within each attraction has its own little name to it. So if you call it the stomach squeeze, if you call it the large intestine loop, pancreas picnic, again, be creative with these, but those are like the different stops among and within your theme park. So the only other thing is that we want to try to have these in logical order. So, try to go from the mouth, the esophagus, stomach, rather than bouncing around. Oh, this is the mouth, and we're going to bounce to the anus and that sort of thing. Try to keep things in order. And just again, there's not 9 parts of the digestive tract, so those accessory organs are also going to be involved with your poster. The brochure is kind of a handout, and I'm going to explain that obviously now. So this is more of a written explanation of the ride, and then also you're going to include the words that are below and in this, and this is the sub will hand this to you. Sorry about the misspelling there. The sub will hand you this document, but what we want is within that brochure and within the labels, you'll say what is going on within there. So without giving too much, you might talk about how the stomach, for example, has a lot of acidity to it, but then also a lot of digestive enzymes and natural bacteria. So even within just the stomach, you're going to use several of these words. The big key here is that all words from what you see below should be included within your brochure. All right. So the drawing is on the big sheets of paper, kind of like if you want to call it a poster, that's fine with me, that has the label of the different rides and what they're called, as well as the overall name of whatever you're going to call your theme park. And then the brochure is a little bit more of a detailed of what's going on within that. The brochure, you can either do, I would prefer it to be a Google Doc so that you can share it with me and I can give you feedback even when I'm not in person, but I'll give you some feedback. And then obviously the poster will be something that you work on in class. All right. So that is our main task while I am gone on paternity leave, is you are going to create a digestive system poster and brochure theme park. Have fun with it. Be creative. The poster is going to be like literal, life size, so it'll be fairly large. And you have crayons and you can bring color pencils and all that stuff. But have fun with it. And this is kind of really the biggest chunk of what will be your grade for the digestive system. All right. We'll see all of you soon.